Welcome.
Attention, please.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the No Comfort Zone podcast. It's time to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose. Broadcasting to the world from Rockford, Illinois. This is your wake-up call.
Warning.
You are the solutions to all your problems. Stop thinking average. Become the hero version of yourself. Every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions. It all matters. You've entered the No Comfort Zone. It's time for a reality check.
Welcome to 2020. So it's January 2nd, actually headed into the shop right now, getting ready for the yearly kickoff, the sales meeting, the meeting that's going to set the stage for the rest of the year. So I'm excited about that. I'm actually love doing sales meetings, especially when they're positive and we've had we have good things to talk about. We have some challenges to face. I get super excited about that. It's what I've been doing since 2001. I started doing sales meetings for the group that I was with. And then I was actually, believe it or not, in 2006, after I got involved in a little bit of speaking and tried to promote somebody on stage. It was an opportunity for me to talk to a larger audience. From there, I was actually hired, believe it or not, to do sales meetings. People would bring me in, fly me in to do a sales meeting to get everybody jacked up, riled up, and all that stuff. And I really enjoy doing it. It's one of those things in life that I find a lot of satisfaction, getting a room full of people on the same page and then increasing the energy level and then finding a purpose and then shoving everybody really hard in that purpose. You know, what do they say? If you want to achieve something, massive amounts of energy pushed through people will equal great results. And that's what I try to do. So I'm getting ready to do that for my own team this morning. So last night, my son and I went to go see the movie Ford versus Ferrari on New Year's Day. He's 10. I recently, 2 years ago, started to really get into automotive racing, Formula One, and just really started to really pay more attention to it, really started to enjoy it, and really getting more and more into it. And so watching that movie was fantastic. But I read the Wikipedia version, and then I watched the documentary on Netflix before I went there to see it, because quite frankly, I don't know much about it. I don't really know much about the Ford versus Ferrari other than what I've just recently learned. And then watching the movie was fascinating to me. And there's some couple of great scenes. And I don't want to be the guy that's going to blow it for you in case you haven't seen it yet. But I highly recommend the movie. And maybe in a later podcast, I'll go over my favorite movie parts. Because really, and I'll just change the subject to this. When it comes to motivating me and these meetings, this ties in perfectly together. I used movies, quotes from movies. I used that median to express a point. There are so many movies that I've used in my sales training, my leadership training, my rah-rah meetings, as you'd call them, or whatever. And there's even funny people tell me this: "Hey, Dan, we don't need to have a rah-rah meeting today." And I'm like, "Yeah, we do. We always do." Like I said the other day, I said, everyone needs a cheerleader. And I'm a cheerleader, and I've been known to be pretty intense. And I have a goal. If somebody can help me with this, I'm a pretty motivating guy, and I can actually inspire a room full of people to do greater and be more. I can do that. I've done that for a long time. I would love an opportunity to speak to a professional organization, baseball, hockey, football, something like that. It's always been my dream to do that, and also TED Talks. So those are those things that I've written down that I'm like pursuing. And one of those days, I would like to see that happen. That would be fantastic. I imagine here it is. It's the Super Bowl. It's halftime. The favored team is losing and falling apart. I want to be the guy that actually can go in there during halftime and give them a little bit of motivation, a little bit of inspiration from my personal experiences, and these highly super trained, phenomenal athletes, get them to basically interpret what I'm saying towards winning a championship. And I just think that's fantastic. Wouldn't that be cool? But anyway, I digress. I use these different movies because they do prove a point. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words, and I agree. If you can set the tone in an organization with music, with motion picture, with an idea or a concept, and you can provoke some thought or get some emotion from people and get them to distract themselves just for a minute and a moment from their own personal lives to escape towards a place where you could be successful, you could be inspired, you could be motivated to achieve greater and better things. I find that fascinating. And I absolutely love the idea of using that type of media in a sales meeting. Now today, just for the record, I don't have any media. We're going to talk numbers and stats over last year's, which I'm also a huge fan of. One of my favorite movies of all time, top 10, I watch it every time it comes on because I just love the movie so much, is Moneyball. Because in the movie Moneyball, he keeps saying, basically the reason why somebody is good is because he snaps his finger, he points to his counterpart, and it's because he gets on base. Why do you like him? Boom, because he gets on base. And you're not looking for the rock stars, you're basically just looking for somebody to do their job. Now, how we're going to tie that into the no comfort zone today? It's really simple. You just have to do your job. And what's your job? If you're married, you got to be a better spouse. If you're a parent, you got to be a better parent. If you're an employee, you got to be a better employee. And the nice part is, in this society of entrepreneurialism, where everybody's out there trying to do their own side hustle and stuff, that's great. But if you work for an employer that's fair and good and pays fairly and treats you fairly and is good to you, then why wouldn't you want to give it all you got, right? I think that's a good thing. But then there's some other people out there that are in the corporate world where there's a lot of ass kissing, there's a lot of browbeating, and there's a lot of falseness, and there's a lot of people, and the message gets convoluted as it gets distributed. So there's two different sides to it. So I just look at it in 2020 as it's January 2nd, and as I go in about my business, I'm looking at, this is my intention. I got up at 4:55 today to start my day, went over my goals. First thought in my mind was, am I going towards my financial goal today? Even though I'm getting ready to work on fitness, and even though I'm getting ready to work on business, it was, I am going to manifest the personal greatness that I know lies within me. I am worthy of the money that I am expecting and is already there for me. I just need to go out and get it. And it's a large sum, and of course that's not what motivates me entirely, but I want to know that am I going in the right direction? Because if I get my heart, if I get my health, and if I get my spirit all in alignment, I know I'm going the right way. And if I can help as many people as I can in the process, well, that's what I'm going to do. And I hope for you the same. So if you're at that point in your life right now where you're trying to say to yourself, you know what, I need a little bit more out of life. I need some more of whatever it is you need more of, or you want to get rid of the lack in your life, then please go to the nocomfortzone.com. Look at that blueprint, download it. Take a look at it. It's kind of confusing. Watch the videos that go along with it. Remember, it's simple. It's so simple, but it's not easy. And then anything in life that you want isn't going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, but it is so unbelievably simple when you live in the direction that you want to go. You just have to know what direction, and that's what the blueprint does. It gives you a little bit of direction. Additionally, what I want you to do is I'd love for you to hit me up on social media. Team No Comfort Zone on Facebook, No Comfort Zone 1 is on Twitter and Insta. I got to do a better job of getting out in those formats. And also then there's now YouTube that's actually happening as well. But the goal is this, is to motivate you every single day so that you can take charge of what's going on in front of you so that you can have a great and amazing 2020. And the way you do that is by living every minute and every moment on purpose, with purpose. All right. So, hey, I do appreciate you listening. I wish you the best 2020, first podcast of the year. And truly, and I really want to say this from the bottom of my heart, I know this, that today is the day that if you get outside of your comfort zone, you will find your purpose.
Say goodbye.
Want more of the No Comfort Zone? You can follow Dan on Instagram and Twitter at NoComfortZone1.
Bye.
Or on the web at thenocomfortzone.com.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the No Comfort Zone podcast.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.